All right, quick intro.
That was so
um,
fast.
I,
It just gets shorter and
I don't.
shorter.
Yeah, I don't want YouTube to say that we use something that we weren't supposed to. So it's gonna be
Mhm.
super short. So we're live. This week is me and Eric. Ashley is traveling the country.
What up, gang, gang? No.
So that your last name is so cool because you could either use the wolf thing or you could use the gang thing, man.
Yeah, I didn't. You know what? I didn't. I've read somebody. Someone shared a picture of their text message. They were like a shift manager or like a general manager at like a Jimmy John's, and their employees were like teenagers or people like just out of high school.
Yeah.
And so someone requested like, hey, can I, like, I can't come in, like, can someone cover for me, or like so and so cover for me? And like she shared the whole text message, and instead of saying thank you, she said gang gang. And I was just like, what is this? I thought it was the funniest thing ever. So now I just start saying that to people, and it makes me young and cool, I guess.
That's how you get all those young people commissions.
That's how I get all the gram followers.
Yeah. gotta do all the hip stuff for all
Yeah,
them kids.
they don't need to know how old I am.
Until you start talking about cartoons and they're like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah,
I'll
I'll start talking about like a bunch of stuff, and it's like, yo, you guys remember watching like actual non reruns of Mr. Rogers? And they're like, holy cow. It's like, how old are you?
I remember when he was alive.
Yeah, I'm just like, yo, you remember when he passed away? And people are like, what? Oh man, yeah, it's funny. And then when people don't know my age, you
Start
just
aging yourself.
you just don't correct them.
Yeah.
In the greatest words of Paul Rudd. So man, we're gonna start drawing some stuff.
Yep.
We're gonna try drawing characters from memory. Did you try studying
No.
as many? And
No.
here's the bad part: I don't know names of characters. I'm just like, hey, you know that dude that
Yeah.
looks like this? And it's funny because that's how I like to describe people too. Like my family, we look at people's characteristics and we kind of like make them like cartoon characters a little bit, and that's how we refer them to. So whenever someone tells me their name, I'm not going to know it. I'm just going to know it by the name that I gave them in my head. So I'm terrible for that.
That's why you have that cartoon style, man. Because that's how you
Yeah, that's
describe
also
people.
how I remember people too. I was like, yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah, I thought about it. I was like, oh, maybe I should refresh myself. But then I was like, it's not going to be as fun. I'm like, I just want to go ahead and try it. And
All right.
if I get it completely wrong, well, whatever,
All right. How about this? Since this was my idea, I'll give you the first go at a character to draw
Okay.
from memory. How about this? We'll give ourselves like 4 or 5 minutes?
Oh man.
Get the whole thing done?
I'm a really slow drawer, so I'll try my best.
What?
Yeah.
You just gotta make it look right. That's it. You don't
Yeah.
have to be correct. That's what I tell people. Even when I'm drawing real stuff, I'm like, it looks fine.
Yeah. Everything starts with a circle, so we'll be good.
Real? Oh man. All right. I need to learn. All right.
No, I
So,
don't. I just made that roll up right now.
all right. Go. Who's your first character?
uh let's go with Snoopy.
Damn it. All right. I remember Snoopy as Joe Cool. Do you remember Joe Cool?
Yeah, I remember Joe Cool.
I didn't know who Joe Cool was. I remember, like, we had this one teacher in like my elementary school, and he did like this kind of like book fair contest thing.
Mm.
And if you do enough stuff, like if you read enough books or get enough things signed or whatever, you get a Joe Cool T-shirt. And I'm like, what? And then I saw it, and I'm like, oh, this is Snoopy. And then my teacher kept really being persistent about the whole, like, no, that's Joe Cool. And I'm like, who is Joe Cool? And then, like, at that time, it was like the only thing about like the Peanuts I knew was, it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
One of the best Halloween specials.
Yeah.
I already feel like I'm messing this up, and I should know him because he's one of my favorite comic strips. But then when you put on the spot, like your
When you're
mind's
in the hot seat,
yeah, your mind's like I think he looks this way. And you
or
know what?
as I like to call the electric chair, because I
This is
feel
why
like that's some hot stuff.
this is why
All
we
right.
need references, man.
What?
Yeah, mine straight up looks like a bootleg Snoopy right now.
Bootleg Snoopy. That's okay. The bootleg stuff's always the good stuff.
Yeah, I know. I when I went to Mexico 2 years ago, I went to one
And
of
you got
the
yourself a pair of bootleg Oakleys.
no, I didn't. I should have. It's when Avengers were really big, so they had a bunch of the fake Avengers, and I just love those toys. They were like, holy shit! Like it had Batman and the Avengers and all that stuff. It was like,
I love seeing when they have like the Ninja Turtles with like the Avengers and then like some weird like dinosaur as well.
yeah, they
that's
they
that's always the great stuff.
they tend to put them a lot with Ninja Turtles for some reason. I mean, the Power Rangers and the Ninja Turtles somehow end up being teamed up in all those bootleg ones a lot.
You know what? It's not a bootleg. It's real because they. I remember that episode when the Turtles and the Rangers they had like a crossover event.
Oh, that's when they had the one show with the Ninja Turtles where they actually had people in suits, right? With
Yeah,
the female turtle.
yeah, it was with the female turtle.
That was such a short-lived series.
Here's the one thing with the Peanuts gangs and like the Charles Shorts characters. I also can never pronounce his name correctly. Schultz.
Um,
Um, that they're just these simple lines, and if you don't get them right, like that, you got the whole thing wrong.
yeah, it throws off the whole thing.
I also don't remember what Snoopy's eyes look like.
See, I'm telling you, this is why
Like
artists always tend to have references, man.
they always have those character sheets,
Yep.
and his nose was always very interesting. He's got the Snoopy nose, I think. I can't remember if he's got a thing on his belly. But we'll give him a thing on his belly.
Yeah.
What's our time at?
I didn't even time it.
You didn't? Okay, fine. But this first one won't be timed. But I'm pretty close to done.
Yeah, me too. It's so bad. But you know what? I'm not auditioning for a job right now, so I really don't care. Unless there's somebody out there looking at this going like, oh, I could have given him a job, but damn, that's a bad Snoopy.
Yeah, that's always one of the things I remember too. Like they're like, hey, if you can draw this like zebra horse thing, like on like the old like bubblegum, like there's always these weird advertisements where they're just like, try drawing this to see if you can win whatever. And I was just like, what? This is a thing?
Yeah, I remember those. They don't do those as much anymore, do they?
I have no idea.
Because they used to have those a lot too, where it was like, oh, if you think you could be a cartoonist, draw this and then send it in, and I was like,
It's like I can be a cartoonist.
and then I would draw it, and I'd be like, damn, I can't be a cartoonist.
Yeah, they'd always, and I always got mad too because they got a horse. Like, you have to redraw this horse. And I'm like, man, horses are hard to draw. No one likes drawing horses.
All right, I'm gonna share my really bad Snoopy.
Look at that Snoopy, man. And you got Woodstock.
It looks like more like Snoopy's cousin.
Oh, that's right. Wasn't he like a country
Yeah.
country dog?
Man, look at you. You actually drew the doghouse and everything. You're a professional.
Nah, it's all amateur. This is my Snoopy.
Yeah, your Snoopy's so cool.
He's on the house just because that's the only way I remember him. All right, we're gonna go.
I'm gonna see how the real Snoopy look like now.
Yeah, how does he have eyes? I always remember them being sleepy eyes.
Man, I was so off.
What's he look like? Share your screen. Share it.
I'm trying to get a decent sized image.
All right. Okay. It's pixelated. We all know it. It's okay.
All right. Sharing it. There he is.
He has a oh, he doesn't have a belly thing.
No, he doesn't. He has
on his back.
Yeah. So I messed up on his nose, and his eyes are super tiny.
So he's even got like these weird little like eyebrow things.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
No.
Dang.
Failed Snoopy. All right, pick a cartoon now.
I got one for you, man. I've been honestly thinking about this. I've been thinking about this one, and you were you kept telling me about like the Looney Tunes. And I kept thinking about this one Looney Tune character who I don't know his name, but I'm gonna try to describe him to you.
All right.
He's big, and he's red.
the red monster, right?
I thought he had a name. Isn't it like Gossamer or something? Don't look it up.
I just remember him as the red monster. All right, we're just gonna draw him.
He was like the weird Frankenstein monster thing.
Yeah.
I remember the first time seeing him, I was at like Six Flags.
Yeah.
And he was on a T-shirt, and I had no idea who he was until like maybe like a year later. I saw the cartoon. I was like, "Oh, that's the guy!" All right, so we got 5 minutes.
Are you timing it?
I'm looking at the time right now.
Yeah. Last week we were talking about him. I don't know his name, but we were talking about how like one of our personal favorite Bugs Bunny cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
And he came up.
I honestly have like zero idea how he looks like now that I'm just drawing him. Like, he kind of reminds me of the like those McDonald's, the French fry people.
Yeah. We need to do that advertisement episode where we go back to the old advertisement cartoons.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of weird ones, man.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here. All right, we got a hand, maybe. Maybe that's a hand. I know he's furry. That's all I know. He's just furry.
Yeah. He's furry because I remember him getting shaved, right, in one of the episodes.
Yeah, like he like shaved, like Bugs shaved his head.
Yeah.
And then he like kept giving him like all these weird kind of like hairdos, and then like he pulled like a whole Elephant Man thing where he was just like talking about how he's not a monster, that he's got feelings.
The real monster is always Frankenstein. Did you ever read the book Frankenstein? Or like
Which one?
the
Like the
Mary
book?
Shelley one? Yeah, yeah.
I read the what's his face? Ah, now I'm blanking on his name. Bernie Wrightson illustration one. That was the one that I read.
Okay.
Which is the book. I don't know if it was like a shorter version of the book or not, but that was like the only one I read just because I'm like, oh man, the artwork is just crazy. And Bernie Wrightson is rightfully so who he is.
Yeah.
So
I,
you have
I
to read that one.
I never read his. I've seen the illustrations though.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's he just did the illustrations for the book. Like he didn't like there was no like other writer or anything.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I just reread that book earlier this year, and I'm like, man, this book, humanity, man. Like the monster's not that bad. He just didn't want to be lonely. I mean, he
Yeah,
does some horrible shit. I
he's a
mean, he
cool
does
guy.
murder. Yeah.
Chill, dude. He doesn't know any better.
I mean, he murders a kid, which is not good. But nobody, like you said, nobody taught him anything. Man. He's just angry at the creator.
Let's see here. I'm telling you, this guy's name is Gossamer.
Gossamer. We'll
I
find
have
out.
I have no idea. I just know that his hair is parted and he wears cool sneakers.
Yeah, no, I'm drawing his sneakers right now, actually.
Let's see here. We got the other hand. I think we're close to time.
No.
And oh yeah, we're at time.
All right.
That's my dude. I don't even know his name. Gossamer. This is what I will call him forever and ever. Here, I'll even do. Oh, dude, he has a. Oh, you made him like it.
Yeah, he's happy.
I can't remember. Was he like orange or was he red?
He was red, from what I remember.
I thought he was like a orange. But we're gonna make him red.
Let's see. Red. Looney Tunes monster. Yeah, it's Gossamer.
Oh, I was right.
Yeah.
Because I get confused with Gossamer as the big demon dude from Fantasia. I remember I was at Disney one time and I was talking about it because like I was at like their art store and I was like, yeah, man, you never see any artwork or like statues or anything of that dude. And he's like this really cool demon and he's on the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
And then the lady just like immediately like just name dropped him, and I was just like, "Wow, you're a crazy Disney freak," or not like Disney freak, but some of those people. Yeah. Oh man, look at that guy! Oh, he does have a mouth. I thought he didn't have a mouth. Man, alrighty. So Ashley's not here. We got to draw somebody from her favorite show, which is Animaniacs. I almost feel bad because I'm going to be talking about that show, and she's not here because I saw that sneak peek that they just put out for their new Hulu show.
Oh, I didn't see it. Did it just drop?
It dropped, I think, yesterday or the day before that. Man, I watched it, and I kind of think about how like certain like certain jokes, people like how people try to like make a time joke, because spoilers, they reference a lot of things, about like,
Yeah.
regular culture stuff, mainstream stuff. And they're just like, oh man, I hope my Hootie and the Blowfish is done downloading from Napster or whatever. And I'm like, man, like, why you gotta age it like that? Like, I feel like you're doing the time dirty.
It's all that nostalgia, man. Millennials love nostalgia, so
I know, and I'm just like, and then I think about it. I'm like, you know what? Like, it's, to me personally, I felt like, man, that was a cheap joke. But then it's like, that's what they do, Like, they're always referencing stuff. They like, it's like, I feel like they got like, it's WB, and the
yeah.
people who worked on that show also worked on Looney Tunes as well. And Looney Tunes was huge for like putting in all that, type of like sly, I guess, commentary on things.
That yeah, the pop
Like,
culture references and all that stuff.
yeah, like where it's just like they know, like,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, like if it was anything else trying to date itself, I wouldn't like it. But for the fact that it's Animaniacs, I can accept it.
A couple of, I think it was like 2 years ago, I tried rewatching South Park from the beginning, and that show does not carry over.
Oh,
I was like,
it's great though. It's like walking in a time machine.
yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I forgot that happened.
But I was like, some of the stuff just didn't age well. I was just like, oh man, it was a different time.
I think, what was it? I know that they've scrubbed their own show like a couple times for like they're just like, yeah, we're just gonna delete this episode completely, because it like talks on like some very serious subjects that people might take offense to, or because what was it? I remember there was the one episode where like they showed what's his face, they showed like Allah's face or something like that. And like they were receiving like death threats and all sorts of crazy stuff. And so yeah, like I remember on ComedyCentral.com they just like got rid of that episode, and then I think they went back and got rid of a bunch of other episodes.
Yeah.
And so like the only way you can like kind of get like these certain episodes that they scrubbed away from South Park's history is like if you own the DVDs when they came out, and not like reprinted versions, because I think reprinted versions even don't have those, or unless it's South Park and they said, what are they gonna do?
Or you just find them online, where you could find all the deleted Looney Tune episodes.
Really?
Yeah.
Was this on not YouTube?
I don't know if I could say it, because I know like end up like deleting our other video, but yeah, there are areas.
There are ways to get around certain things.
But I know when I was going through my history of animation, when we were going back to like the 40s and 50s and all those really racially heavy episodes, like, yeah,
those were the times, man.
Oh, it's funny. Let's just make fun out of this group of people because jokes.
Yeah.
But I don't think they should be deleted. I think that they're important to realize how people viewed things back then. And I mean, I don't think that we should praise those episodes, but it's good to actually see how times have hopefully evolved.
For me, I'm one of those sticklers where I'm just like, this doesn't connect, man. I'm missing an episode. I need to see all of them. Like that's just how it goes. I'm like, if I knew, like, what was it? I think they were talking about even doing that with Seinfeld. Like Seinfeld's it's also a really messed up show, but it's great. It's timeless, and like something's deemed a little differently now. It's one of those things where I'm just like, like, but it doesn't follow with the story, even though there's no story. It's just all dumb. I think it's just like, man.
Yeah, I think that it's important to actually see the attitude of the times. It just for historical purposes too. Like we need to see these things, not like I said, not to praise them, but to actually show that there was a time when this was acceptable.
I don't think that's the right word. Just like Coca-Cola, there was a time it was acceptable to have cocaine in
Yeah.
soda.
Not saying that it was right. I'm saying
For
like
medical purposes.
yeah, it was messed up that we actually thought that at one point, but
Man, I just love to be a doctor back in the day. I feel like with my expertise, I could have been a doctor back in the day. I would have just told people, just like, you know what, you just need head on. Just apply it directly to the forehead.
Yeah.
You're cured. And they'll be like, really?
You need mercury. Mercury will cure that.
And then you know what? You could tell the temperature too.
Yeah.
You'll be able to read your own fever.
So what Animaniacs character are we drawing? Just anyone?
I was gonna say, who do you think Ashley's favorite Animaniac character is?
I think it's probably between Dot or Wacko.
I was feeling Wacko for some reason. Let's draw Wacko. Let's see if we can remember. All I remember is he had a hat and a blue shirt.
Yeah, that's what I remember too.
Are they cats?
I think that's the ongoing joke that you don't really know what they are.
I'm pretty sure they're cats. They have cat ears and like they have like the cat face and they all have tails like a cat. I'm pretty sure they're cats.
All right.
I'm gonna draw a cat. Let's see.
Man, if Ashley was here, she would probably knock this one out.
She would probably be like giving us all sorts of lip for like, that's not what that character looks like.
I do remember the hat though.
Wasn't he the one with the biggest nose? I can't remember. I remember I used to like love this show, and then I just kind of fell off.
Yeah, this was one of the shows that I couldn't miss when I was a kid. But.
And then he's got.
But then it got canceled, right?
I don't remember how it got canceled. I don't know the history. I'm not the historian type of. Oh wait, no, he had weird ears. They weren't like cat ears. Dot was the only one that had like cat ears.
They kind of look like Oswald.
Yeah, like Oswald? Rabbits.
Yeah,
they're totally rabbits.
I think that was the ongoing joke that nobody really knew what they were. God, I feel like if Ashley was here, she'd be like so disappointed.
You know what? It's okay. She can tell us. We'll have her draw one. She'll draw. You know, it'd be funny. She's just like, Wacko's not even my favorite character.
Yeah.
It's like, what's wrong with you guys?
Wacko is my least favorite.
It's like, who likes Wacko? You know, it was like him, Shaggy, and Scooby. Those guys, every time I saw them on screen, I'm just like, man, I just want a sandwich. Like, I always, like, it still makes me mad to this day. Like, where I'm like, how dare they draw sandwiches looking that good? You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially Scooby-Doo. Like, did you ever try making, as a kid, like, a super stacked sandwich?
Oh, I used to try doing that with my Lunchables. You can, like, it was one of those things where it's like, yeah, I want to see if I can eat as much as these guys do, because they make that stuff look so good. Let's see here. We got his foot. got his fingers. And then they wore the gloves. Always with the gloves. Then we got this hand. And then a sandwich. Just a really big sandwich. Now I want a sandwich. I had an egg and cheese sandwich earlier today, and it was amazing. But now I need
Another sandwich.
I need like a sub sandwich, like a big hoagie. Those are like, that's where it's at. You know what I mean?
Kind of sandwiched up.
What? You're sandwiched out?
Yeah, I can't eat
Never-
bread.
I don't care what my body says, man. I'm like, I'll suffer. That's okay with me. Like, if my body says, hey man, you can't have ice cream anymore. Nope. Well, guess what? You're not the captain of this boat. I'm the captain of this boat.
I mean, I could physically eat bread, but I'm just like, I've eaten so much bread during quarantine that I'm like, oh, I can't have
Oh, you can't have any more, huh?
Yeah.
Were you one of those people who are like, I'm going to make my own sourdough bread?
No. All that stuff was like so hard to find to make your bread after a while because people were just like, yeah, I'm going to make bread. I don't even know I don't remember their bodies.
Their bodies were cats. That's what I'm trying to tell people. These guys were cats through and through.
Maybe they were half cat, half rabbit.
I don't even know how I would say that. A crabbit?
Yeah, wow. Sounds horrible.
A crabbits?
That sounds like a sexually transmitted disease, actually.
Jesus.
Oh man, I got a case of the crabbits.
I was not going in that direction, but you can take it there. That's fine. Oh man.
How's the time looking?
You know what? I totally forgot to look at the time when we started. So I am almost done. Just here we go.
I did not draw a body for him.
You didn't draw, but you just drew his head.
I was starting the body, but I'm pretty sure that time's up.
You know what? Here we go. Here we go. Quick lines. Quick lines.
All right, I'll try to draw the body since you're still working on it. They didn't have shoes, right?
No, because that's what, they play on the joke. We're just like, are they cats? No one knows what they are. That's why they're the Animaniacs. Right? Is that why they call them Animaniacs?
Oh.
These things, man. These are the things that keep me up. Keep me up at night. Here we go.
All right. Here's my wacko.
Oh, dude, that's like spot on. Are you kidding me?
I don't find out a little bit.
That's
I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure that's not what he looks like.
Dude, you work for Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I wish. If I did, they haven't sent me my check yet.
Oh man, I know they haven't sent me mine either. Oh, here we go. I forgot. He's black. He's got black fur.
His hat is red, right? Yeah,
That's what I remember. I know his shirt's blue.
Yeah, I wasn't sure it was the shirt that was blue and the hat that man.
And he's got.
We gotta get better with our
I
cartoon
don't
stuff,
they
man.
have? Are they white feet? He's got white feet. They got white feet.
I'm gonna look him up now. Oh, I was spelling it like Wacko, Texas. I'm like, wait, that's not
Waco, Texas. No, they're not. They're not from Waco, man.
Maybe they are. I was so off.
You were so off. Oh no!
Yeah.
If you're off, I'm definitely off.
No, you're actually you're on the right side.
Some. There we go. Some sandwich stuff right here, and then blue shirt. Now I don't have a lot of colors, so I have to lightly color this blue.
I don't think
it's like a teal, I believe. This dude. Here's his sandwich. Nice big old sandwich.
he's so adorable.
Boom. He doesn't have white ears. There we go. That's my wacko.
You're actually really close.
Am I really close?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see. What does he look like? He does have white. Oh, he has a tail?
Yeah. So
I thought only one of them had. I thought
he might be the only one that has the tail.
No, I thought the dude with the pants had a tail. Who's the dude with the pants?
What is his name? I just know Dot and Wacko.
Oh man, we're slipping today.
Yeah.
The Animaniacs.
What are the characters' names? Oh, it's Yakko.
Yakko, Wacko, and Dot. I was just like, I know their names sound so similar to each other. You know, that's one thing I am kind of bummed about with their new show. It's only on Hulu. I'm like,
they all have tails.
They do all have tails. They're totally cats. Those guys are cats. They just didn't know how to draw cat ears.
They gave them the Oswald ears.
They did. So I guess they're rabbits.
They're rabbit cats.
They're rapid cats.
Yeah.
Man. But like that's the one thing that kind of bums me out. Like I feel though as many like cartoon stations like Disney, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, like they're all owned by these bigger companies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yet all like when they're like, oh, we're gonna bring back this one show and it's only for this one specific streaming network, and then they're just like, well, too bad we can't put it on our own station. And I'm like, dude, like I don't want to go and download another streaming thing. Like,
yeah,
you know how many emails I went through with free trials? I can only come up with so many emails.
That's because I know DreamWorks has the rights to a bunch of cartoons and they're remaking them, but they're gonna put some on Netflix. They're gonna put some on Amazon Prime. I'm like, why are you guys spreading them around?
Yeah, right. That's always one of those things that always kind of bums me out with that, because what was it? They just they put something else out too. I forgot what show it was, but it was another one that was, I think it was like an HBO Max one. I think it was like, oh no, they didn't put it out. It was a regular show, like, but it was like a different, like it was like with people. I haven't seen it, but someone was telling me.
Yeah, it's
you need to watch this.
It's the sequel of the regular show, right?
I'm not too sure about it, but like, because it's people. Like, there's actual people on there.
Oh, the one. Did you say Netflix or HBO? I'm sorry.
It was HBO.
Okay, because there's one that they did on Netflix that was actually pretty trippy.
Was it like a movie?
No, it was a short series. It's about this guy that has this kind of like machine where he could travel to different worlds, and like so he does a podcast. He's a podcaster, but he talks to people from different planets.
Let me tell you, I know what you're talking about. Midnight Gospel,
Yeah,
baby.
Midnight Gospel.
That, man, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of cartoons, I don't really cry at cartoons.
Yeah,
I
the
shed
ending
a
of it.
tear here and there. That was one of those. It was like, man, they are talking about some really deep stuff. And at first, it was one of those things where it's like the animation really kind of threw me off first, and it's definitely Midnight Gospel is one of those cases where don't judge book by its cover.
Yeah. Yep.
Because it's like I love the colors. The color scheme is amazing. It was just the art style, because the animation, it was cool. It was like one of those where it's like it almost seemed like one person kind of could have done the whole thing themselves, but clearly that's not the case.
No.
Because it's way more in depth than that. But it was very cool, kind of seeing that, because it was kind of one of those things where, yeah, the animation was great, and and the art style was really crude, but it was one of those things where I feel like it gave the the subject matters of what they were talking about a chance for that to be more of like, hey, this is the really important thing, not the what you think you're
Yeah.
here for.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
conversations in that were so deep. The one with, well, I mean, it's been out for a while, but the one with the mom, with the mom, like that one
that
got me.
that one got you?
Yeah.
No, the zombie president, man, that got me. No. But yeah, that I'm happy to hear that show's coming back.
Yeah.
For
But
season 2.
because that's from the same people that did Adventure Time, right? Or is it regular show? I know. Yeah, it's Adventure Time. It's the same guy. God, what's his name? Can't think of his name. He's huge in the animation world too. The guy that created Adventure Time and Midnight Gospel.
He's only big because he created Adventure Time.
I mean, he only created Adventure Time, one of the most iconic cartoons for.
I know. I have the first 5 seasons. I still have to go collect the other ones.
You know what gets me from Adventure Time that I wish I could master is their color palette. They have such a beautiful color palette on their characters.
Oh yeah. I would probably say, I mean, a lot of it's just all flat colored. Like,
but the way that it works off each other, I don't know. Like that and Steven Universe for me have like some of the best color palettes.
I know I said I was gonna watch Steven Universe. I haven't yet. That's one of those. Okay. Do you have an episode particularly from Steven Universe that you recommend that I should watch?
See, the thing about Steven Universe that I found, because I haven't finished this series either. I think I'm like halfway through season 2. I've been kind of like a little bit slowish on going through it. But the thing that I like about Steven Universe is the character growth that Steven is having. Like he is being like, you're seeing this character grow in front of your eyes. Like every episode has like some kind of morality of how he's becoming or who he will become as an adult, and you see it. So it kind of like reminds me of our childhood, like because so the whole thing is his mom passed away. Like his mom passed away in order for him to actually be born, because he has her crystal, and it's just knowing that his mom was like this amazing hero, and he has to fill in the shoes, and he feels like since he's half human, half gem, that like he has so much to like fill in, but then the gems love him for his humanity, and his dad loves him for the magic part of him. It's like, I don't know, it's so hard to explain, but
it's like some weird duality.
Yeah, there's like this whole thing where it's like we feel like we're never good enough, but everybody else around us will like us for our flaws and the things that make us who we are. So that's what I get from that cartoon.
Whoo, man, I hope a lot of people hear that one. I could tell some people, it's like, hey, just like me for me. Okay, so it's one of those types of shows where it's like I have to start from the beginning.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. Because it's episodic, but it's all building on each other. Because it's him trying to become a gem, a crystal gem, and they're like these powerful.
Like a rock? He's trying to be a rock?
Yeah. No, like the gems are, I guess, a class of aliens that are kind of guardians of the universe.
Okay.
So
Steven Universe.
yeah,
I get it. The kid's name is Steven,
yeah.
and he's got to protect the universe.
And all the characters are named after a certain kind of like special rock. Like there's Pearl. I think his mom was rose quartz. Like, so it's all this stuff.
Oh, they're like actual like.
Yeah. Yeah, like so they actually have these gems. So Steven Universe has a rose quartz for a belly button, and that's how and that's where they get their weapons from. And like it goes really science fiction, but it's
What?
Yeah, and it's all about accepting people for their differences and all that stuff. Like it has a big LGBT like support kind of thing.
All right, that's cool.
So like it's just, I don't know, it was so well made, and it was like so much that I feel like as a kid you just kind of like seeing it and you're like, oh, this is cool. He pulls out his shield from his belly button. That's pretty cool. But when as an adult and stuff, you start realizing like, this is actually like teaching kids to accept people for who they are and their differences, and it's okay to not always be good at everything. Like it's just, I don't know, it's a good cartoon. I would watch it if I had a kid with my kid.
Man, now I gotta watch this show.
Yeah.
I feel like if I watched that show, it'd make me miss people and the outside world way too much.
Yeah, because it's all about friendships and stuff too. So.
Oh, it's all about the whole people accepting you for yourself. I'm like, man, I'm in a cave. Like, I'm okay. Like,
just watch
I'm
Midnight
by myself.
Watch Midnight Gospel again.
I'll just rot and fester like Gollum.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. This is the longest I've probably gone without wearing jeans or like actual pants. I've just been rocking like the basketball shorts and like maybe like some like very loose fitting like sweatpants. They're like really breezy.
You're just walking around. You're just walking around with tidy whities.
Nah, never the tidy whities.
Very loose tidy whities.
Oh man, it's a diaper at that point.
Yeah.
Totally a diaper. Man. How about this? You want to do one more?
Yeah, we could do one more.
Alrighty.
Trying to see what I have around me that could inspire something. I don't know.
I got one for you.
All right, go for it.
The hardest character to draw in the world, but he is the strongest anime fighter you'll ever come across. You have to draw Plank. Plank.
Okay.
And this time we can do 10 minutes because we could do our full time.
I mean, it's Plank.
Hey, Plank is highly detailed. Okay.
Damn it! I don't remember his stupid face.
Let's see here. You know, it's funny. I always loved when Cartoon Network did like these cool like new music videos for their like cartoons. Or like the cartoon characters, because Plank, he had one. It's like my best friend Plank, and it was like this like beautiful shot, like
I vaguely remember that
music video, and like the song, like all the songs were original. And that's one thing I'm very surprised that Cartoon Network never actually made like a CD of all this stuff, because the Powerpuff Girls, they had like one, and it was like puppets, like these like it was real, like it was like actual puppets, and then like the Powerpuff Girls were like still like their drawn animation self. Like it was very, very much like Godzilla type stuff going on.
Because Plank, they actually had a 2x4, right, for it on the video. Was that the
Yeah,
one?
it was like an actual piece of wood
Yeah.
that they used. That was and to me that was also one of the first times that like I actually thought one of the like Scooby-Doo clones were like kind of cool, because there was this one's it's still my favorite, and it ended up becoming one of my favorite bands. There was this band back in the 90s called Pain, and they were like this ska punk band, and they did Jabberjaw, where it's like this cool lunchbox, and like the shark and the whole team, they were like singing this song, and it was like so fast and super high energy, and I was just like, what, who is this? And I talked to people the about that, and they're like, oh yeah, I know what that is, but then they don't realize that that's an actual band, like, that's really playing the music. And I tried finding other people who knew this band, and no one in the world like has a clue. And I was like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah, I don't
Like,
know the
they're called Pain. That's it, Pain. And then when you look up the band Pain today, it's like some weird like Marilyn Manson knockoff. And I'm just like, how does nobody know? It makes me so mad sometimes.
So even their name got taken from them?
No,
Because you said there was a Marilyn Manson knockoff.
yeah, but like,
Or did they evolve their music to that now?
no, bands can have the same. There are bands that have the same name.
Yeah, it's kind of like books. You can't really copyright a title.
Yeah, I'm gonna write my own Harry Potter then.
Well, no. The only way that you could copyright something is if it's in a series. Like Harry Potter is copywritten because it's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter and the blah blah blah. So you can't have a book called Harry Potter and but so like you could make your own book called Treasure Island.
Really?
Yeah, as long as it's not involving the same kind of like, I don't know
Yo,
if Treasure Island is probably like the best. Well, yeah, but yeah, books that only have one in a series or something like that, you could there's plenty of books that have the same title.
oh
I
man.
I learned that from experience.
I don't want to know this experience,
Um,
but please
I'll
feel
say it.
free to share it.
Yeah, I'll share it. So I did a book called Last Unicorn. It was a comic book about a depressed unicorn, and I don't know. Yeah, because it already passed. Well, there's a book called Last Unicorn by Beagle, which I was unaware of at the time, and that was me not being smart enough to Google to see if there was another book with that title. And apparently, this book is huge, like in the fantasy realm.
Mm-hmm.
And
Cause I say, Last Unicorn reminds me of like that anime thing that Legend, like the movie Legend, was based off of.
yeah, well, that animated cartoon was based off of the book by Beagle.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I got a cease and desist letter saying that I needed to pay them back for using that title and all that stuff. And
Wow.
I ended up finding out that actually they couldn't do that because you can't copyright a title.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you won.
I mean, I didn't get anything for it, but yeah, like at least I didn't have to destroy my book.
Or pay them a crazy amount of money.
Yeah.
That's insane. There's yeah, it's funny because it reminds me of like that one situation. Well, it's not really entirely the same, but there was like this huge video game artist back in the day for Atari, and he drew one of the NHL games, and he basically he just drew like a photo of Wayne Gretzky pretty much, but it wasn't Wayne Gretzky. He just used the same pose, and then he had to end up paying I forgot. I think it was $10,000 to the photographer. It was insane. So it's man, just getting in the title game is always just.
Yeah.
That's why I tell people you know what, you come up with a name for me. I don't know names.
It's kind of like the Hope poster, the Obama Hope poster. The artist ended up using a reference.
Shepard Fairey.
Yeah. And yeah.
Yeah, I never really understood the huge controversy.
So apparently the photographer who it ended up not even being the same picture he used as a reference, sued him for everything that he made from that.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But it art world. And then they steal something from you and you try to do it and you end up losing anyway. So but they'll come get you.
Come and get you. I just laugh at them. I'd be like, you can't. Like if someone tries robbing me, I'd be like, they'll just laugh at me. They're like, you live like this?
I'm an artist.
They'll ask you hey, you just want to join? It's yeah, man. Please. Boom. I got my plank. Oh man, you got a masterpiece over there.
I'm just adding color.
You're so focused.
I'm just adding color right now.
Oh man. All right, we'll get focused too. Where's my gray?
Yeah, my brother was so into this cartoon.
To Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Danny and Tanucci.
That's his favorite thing.
Or Tanucci. I'm hopefully he comes with his Lupo show. Have you ever heard of Lupo the Butcher?
No.
Oh, dude. All right, next week.
That's what we're gonna talk about.
You need to watch Lupo the Butcher. It's a short. It's a short film, or not? Yeah, it's a short film. It's literally 2 minutes long. But it was his first actual big thing, and it was just amazing. And that just set him off. It was great. All right, let's see your plank. Dude, that is the coolest plank ever.
His karate plank.
That's so badass. That's he looks like he's a part of the Warriors.
Oh my god. I love the Warriors. Yeah, I wasn't sure if he had the red around both of his eyes, but seeing yours, he does. So I messed up on that part.
I mean, I don't even know either. I was just I would just assume he would have two.
Yeah, I thought I was I think but I think you're right because seeing yours looks very much probably spot on. That's it.
Yeah. I really can't get over how awesome your plank is.
Thank you.
Dude, he looks like he could be a serious SoundCloud rapper.
SoundCloud.
He needs some face tattoos.
Did you see this shirt?
Oh my goodness. I need that shirt. No, I'm not gonna buy that shirt. Who needs more shirts?
You pretty much you got it spot on, man.
Dang.
Even the yellow color you put on it.
I didn't have brown. Well, I couldn't find my brown crayon, so I was yellow. Yeah,
it ended up being yellow. I wasn't sure about the color either. I was I think he's orange. But I went with brown.
We'll add just because I saw this on there. We'll add this part on here too. Oh no. Hopefully my ink takes over the crayon. Usually it doesn't.
Yeah, crayon's waxy.
Super
Oh,
waxy.
I was going to show you what I ended up buying.
What'd you get? Oh, you finally bought a pack of
Yeah.
crayons?
Yeah, I was going to do a crayon drawing.
I'm happy you quit the pack of smokes and you went for the pack of crayons.
I'm gonna do a crayon drawing in honor of Wolfgang.
Oh, dang.
I'm taking the crayon challenge.
I mean, it's just being broke and not having a fancy Wacom like everybody else.
I am broke. I have my fancy first generation Wacom that's still holding on.
Hell yeah, man! I'll be sure to say some nice words when it passes over.
No,
one day.
it's not gonna pass over. Maria told me the other day too. She was like, you're gonna end up having to update that. I was like, no, they're so expensive.
They are, which is crazy. Get one of those knockoffs.
I tried doing it, drawing on an iPad, because everybody's like, oh, do an iPad. I can't do it. I don't know why. Well, then again, I have a nerve damage, so my hand's not steady. So
What?
I need that stabilizer, or else my drawings come out really, really shaky.
Oh man, that's called style. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Charles Schultz did it.
That's what I tell people. Hey, it's style. Cool. All right. So next week, talking about Lupo, and I'll finally watch Steven Universe, and hopefully
Steven
Ashley
Universe.
will be here so she can tell us how bad our Animaniacs drawings are.
Yeah, she's gonna watch this episode and be so disappointed.
Yeah, she will, but it's
like,
okay.
Yakko's my favorite.
Watch it. Oh no, we lost our host. I mean, I guess.
Man, my computer just kicked me out right now.
Oh, I was just like,
Yeah.
what's up, guys? Alrighty, cool, man.
All right.
Next week, be there, be square.
Thanks for drawing. This was fun. This is gonna be something to laugh about in the future when Ashley's here. But thank you, and thank you for the people that showed up. No comments today, but I saw some people watching us. All right.
That's cool.